This 2,000-year-old dance form praises the gods and goddesses of creation, preservation, and destruction. It preserves Indian stories of heroic deeds and battles, of love and heartbreak, of good and evil. The dance was choreographed as a form of prayer and was an integral part of daily rituals in the great temples. The dancer was considered married to the deity, making her a symbol of prosperity and good fortune. She was rewarded for her artistic work by the Maharaja and held in high regard by the community. Stone-carved statues on the facade of the great temple of Thanjavur depict dance poses, including the iconic image of Shiva Nataraja, the god of dance. At its peak, the temple employed 400 dancers alongside 4 musicians, the Thanjavur Quartet, who created the Bharatanatyam dance repertoire that has been passed down since the 19th century. May Bharatanatyam continue to endure across generations, sharing captivating stories and joy with all who witness it.
Eines Tages kam meine Mutter zu mir und sagte, sie hat den...
One day, my mum came to me and said she had found the perfect Bharatanatyam teacher for me. She had seen a dance performance by Kamadev at the poorhouse in Vienna the night before. I then studied intensively with Kamadev for 1.5 years and was able to learn a whole Bharatanatyam dance repertoire.
Bei ihm erlernen. War ein begehrter Künstler.
He was a much sought-after artist, so he didn't last long in Vienna. He went on to Italy, Germany, and France, but we were able to keep in touch for 14 years. I invited him to Vienna very often. We organized performances and workshops, and the whole thing culminated in our joint tours.
Das Ganze hatte dann seinen Höhepunkt in unseren gemeinsamen Tourneen. Als Kamadev Wien verlassen hatte,
When Kamadev left Vienna, a small group of students stayed behind, including me, and we decided to organize practice sessions so that we could stay in training. My colleagues thought I should lead these lessons, and that's how it developed that I started teaching.
hat es sich entwickelt, dass ich zu unterrichten begann.
Until I ended up teaching at the University of Vienna in the sports department.
Im Sportinstitut unterrichtet habe.
Although I was very young at the time, I took up the challenge and accepted the offer to teach Bharatanatyam at the University of Vienna.
Uni Wien Bharatanatyam zu unterrichten. Am Anfang war ich sehr aufgeregt.
At the beginning, I was very nervous about doing everything right and doing it well. But over the years, I have grown into this teaching job.
Hineingewachsen. Und die große Freude,
And it still gives me the great pleasure that it gave me at the beginning.
in der damaligen Zeit, es war 1983,
In those days, it was 1983. It was not always appreciated if you had several teachers. In the Indian tradition, you usually have one guru with one disciple, and that remains. But through Kamadev, I came into contact with several dance styles, Kuchipudi and Sarakela Chow. And so it turned out that I also had several teachers in these styles. Of course, Kalanidhi Narayanan and Adyar K. Lakshman, my 2 main teachers, were particularly important to me.
in den letzten 40 Jahren hatte ich über 3.000 Anmeldungen in meinen Tanzkurs.
In the last 40 years, I have had over 3,000 enrollments in my dance courses at the University of Vienna. Of course, not all the students stayed. Many were only there for a very short time, but they came into contact with Bharatanatyam. Some of my students are still with me today, and for them Bharatanatyam has become an important part of their lives. Then 25 years ago, my dream of having my own dance studio came true. In the house where I live, a studio became available on the ground floor, and I can now teach there, and we can have rehearsals and events.
Unterrichten, wir können Proben und Veranstaltungen haben.
Herzlich willkommen bei mir in Steyr im Haus.
Welcome to my home in Steyr. I moved here 20 years ago, and how I came to dance is based on very nice events. I was on holiday in Mauritius, where I stayed with an Indian family. It was actually such a warm atmosphere that we ate together, watched TV and Indian films.
Herzliche Atmosphäre, dass wir gemeinsam gegessen haben, ferngeschaut haben, indische Filme angeschaut haben. Und da ist mir
And even back then I noticed this atami. You move your head, and the Indian women moved their eyes so beautifully. Surprisingly, when I came back, I saw Bharatanatyam offered as a course at the Sports Institute. I enrolled immediately, and that's how I came to Radha Anjali and started dancing.
Und bin so zu Radha Anjali gekommen und so hat mein Tanzweg begonnen. Ich war damals 21.
I was 21 at the time and athletic, but Indian dance was a complete challenge. You learn to stomp your feet, to be an aramandi. The knees bent, the hips open, the upper body, the arms, the movement of the head, the hands, the fingers, the gaze. And you learn to move everything separately, and then you have to do it all at the same time, which is not easy. You get used to it, then you get faster and faster. But it took a long time to get the third speed right after lots of practice. And I suddenly had the feeling that my hands and the movement were exactly where they should be at that moment. It was like being in a trance, as if I were floating, actually a mystical moment, also because time and space had merged.
Das war wie in Trance, wie wenn ich schweben würde. Eigentlich ein mystischer Moment auch, weil sich Zeit und Raum vereinigt haben.
I've been dancing for 35 years now. It keeps you physically fit, but also mentally. You have to memorize a lot, and it's a lot of fun. It's nice to go to Vienna and socialize with the group. After the dance lessons, the energy level is high. It's inspiring to practice, together with your friends, and my love for India continues to grow. That ultimately affected my whole life, because my husband and I couldn't have children, and we adopted children from India, 2 girls from Gujarat. Yes, they are simply my elixir of life, and are the most beautiful thing that can happen in life.
Hallo. Hallo, Uni. Wie war's in der Schule?
Ja, ganz okay. Gibt's schon was zum Essen?
Ja, es steht am Herd.
Ja, passt. Dann nehmen wir etwas.
Ich freue mich total auf die Reise. Organisatorisch wird's noch ein bisschen Aufwand.
I'm really looking forward to the trip, but it's going to be a bit of an organizational challenge. I have to take time off work, my husband has to look after the children, and of course I have to organize the rehearsals well. I'm traveling 2 hours to the dance studio in Vienna, but the reward is the company and the joy of dancing.
Grüß dich, Schatzi, Valentina, hi. Wieder mal die Ersten, die am weitesten weg wohnen.
Hallo.
Servus, grüß dich.
Hallo. Freue mich, dass ich da bin.
Hallo.
Ja, bin gespannt, was wir heute tanzen.
Wahrscheinlich Pushpanjali.
Und wie geht's bei dir beim Arbeit?
Ja, gut. Ah, da geht die Tür auf.
Servus.
Hallo. Grüß dich.
Wie geht's?
Ja, ganz
gut.
Gut, alles,
Ich
ja?
habe die Musik schon fertig geschnitten.
Super, sehr
Heute,
gut.
das kann ich euch heute zeigen. Wenn wir,
Ja,
wenn wir Zeit
wunderbar.
haben. Ja? Wie geht's?
Ja, gerade ein bisschen stressig mit Uni und Arbeit und jetzt bin ich echt froh, hier zu sein. Und
Hallo. Hallo.
Sachen hier abstellen. Was habt ihr das letzte Mal getanzt?
Die Adavos.
Ja, voll.
Hallo. Hi, Annika.
Hi.
So, Muschli.
I will give you some Muschli. So, meine Lieben, wir fangen jetzt an. Dann beginnen wir mit dem Namaskaram. 1, 2. Den Hit.
Namaskaram is the ceremonial start of every dance class, a respectful greeting that honors the gods, teachers, and fellow students, while collectively channeling energy for the dance.
Wir machen das dritte Adabu, drittes Te und Ta, Te und Ta, mittlere Geschwindigkeit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Te und Ta, Te und Ta, Te und Ta, Te und Ta.
The dancers immerse themselves in foundational dance steps known as adavas. There are 10 series, each with up to 8 adavas, building on one another. Mastering all the steps in 3 speeds typically requires about 3 years of dedicated practice.
Ja, bleibt noch da, geht nicht weg. Ich hab noch
Stay there. Don't go away. I have a small announcement or a big announcement to make. We are going to fly to India and perform the Virksha the Tree project there.
I need a tea set like this.
So welcome to my home. My name is Valentina. I have been living in Vienna for 6 years, but actually I'm Italian and precisely from Milan. My journey with dance started as a small kid, and how many girls started with ballet? I started too with ballet. But after that, I was just so curious about dance that I just wanted to experiment. So I went from contemporary dance to belly dance, but actually it was in 2013, exactly 10 years ago, that my heart was completely raptured by the beautiful art of Persian dance. And 10 years ago, there weren't many Persian dance teachers in Italy. So I felt very lucky that there was one teacher in Milan. During my career as a dancer, I had many performances, but there is one that I had in Germany that was very important because that's where I met my husband. And that's also the reason why I am here in Vienna now. And that was for me the beginning of a new chapter, new life. And like all big changes, it also brought a lot of new challenges. Not only a new language, new rhythms, new friends, but also a new job. And somehow it all seemed like it wasn't enough. And that's when I went to Natya Mandir and started learning Bharatanatyam from Radha Anjali. In the meantime, 5 years have gone by, and this year I managed to do my Arangetram, which is a very challenging step in any Bharatanatyam dancer career because it's the first dance debut of a dancer on stage, which means that for 2 hours long you dance a whole repertoire by yourself on stage. And for that, one needs a lot of preparation, a lot of training, especially for conditioning, stamina, and at the same time trying to keep the audience engaged in what you're doing. When they ask me what I love about Bharatanatyam, I always say that it's important for me when I dance that I always tell a story. And Bharatanatyam is just the perfect dance. We can tell so many stories that have so much color, so much soul. And it's stories of gods, of men, and there's always something that we can relate to from our own experience. And that for me is really important. And that's also what gets the audience hooked onto a story. And of course, one of the most important things for me when I learn a dance, especially dances that comes from other places, is also to connect to the culture and to the language of that place. So that's when I decided to enroll into the Indology program at the University of Vienna. And I chose Sanskrit as my first language and Hindi as my second language. Unfortunately, my Sanskrit won't be of much use in our next trip to India, maybe my Hindi. But first, we need to go to rehearsal here in Vienna.
The dance project Vriksha, the tree, draws inspiration from the creation myths of Indian mythology. The tree takes centre stage, symbolising life on earth. Combining Bharatanatyam, projections, and texts, the performance transports the audience to another world. Over 3 months of dedicated rehearsals, we worked intensively to perfect our project. After a long flight, we finally arrived in Delhi. The bustling energy of the airport greets us warmly, and even in February, it's noticeably warmer than Vienna.
I have huge plans for myself and my wallet.
With tired but joyful faces, we board the minibus that will take us to our hotel. During the drive, the first impressions of India start to sink in. The sounds, the colours, the left-hand traffic. Once at the hotel, we divide the rooms and look forward to the adventure ahead. Shortly after our arrival, our energy and excitement took over. We wanted to make the most of our time and decided to visit the Baha'i temple. Interestingly, the librarian at the temple is also from Austria.
Welcome to the Baha'i House of Worship in New Delhi. The building is a symbol of the unity of mankind. It is popularly known as the Lotus Temple.
The building has 3 levels. The petals at the centre point upward, symbolising the unity of God within himself. The middle petals represent the unity of divine revelations. On the lowest level, the petals curve outward, symbolizing that people from all over the world, regardless of religion or origin, can come here to pray and meditate.
We have just been here in the Baha'i temple. It was a wonderful experience. Women from different religions sang, and the acoustics are marvelous.
As the evening sets in, the lotus-like structure closes its petals, and the setting sun bathes the temple in golden light. For our performance commemorating the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Austria and India, we visited the Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts. Radha Anjali and Rani, who manages the film projections for our dance project, began their search for the right contact person.
Responsible person for the auditorium. Good morning, Monish. Here's Radha Anjali. Monish, we are now near the auditorium, and is there any responsible person to whom we can go to see the stage and to put our posters? Near the auditorium. I think it's closed because today is no function there. Oh, so we have to go to another building. Yes, okay.
The Indira Gandhi Centre is dedicated to the promotion and preservation of Indian art and culture, housing a variety of departments ranging from the restoration of ancient artifacts to event organisation.
Da ist der Lotus-Tempel, den haben wir gestern gesehen.
The building's vast size meant it took some time to locate the right person.
We have tomorrow the dance performance here, and we would like to meet the secretary.
Do you want the posters to be like put up?
Maybe one for outside, one for inside.
Okay. Yeah? Sure. Mm-hmm. So they'll get you in touch with the technicians and all. So you can follow them.
Conservation division.
They'll get you in touch with that, so you can give them the posters and tell them to put it up.
Okay, fine.
The auditorium was finally opened for us, and Rani had the opportunity to test the projector.
We have a laptop.
Radha Anjali inspected the dance floor and coordinated a general rehearsal with the technical team.
Ja, da haben wir jetzt einen Teppichboden.
Yes, we have a carpet there now. It's not always favorable for footwork because there's little resonance and you get a bit stuck. But we'll manage. We're looking forward to it. The stage is otherwise very nice, and the technical facilities are all good.
Ich glaube, die technischen Möglichkeiten sind auch alle gut.
Before the evening performance, the entrances and exits for each dance were rehearsed. The dancers then returned to the hotel to dress in their costumes and apply makeup. There was a lively buzz before the doors opened as the final preparations for our performance were underway.
And I'm also very thankful to Mr. Paul, who did the organization.
Hi, tea, okay. Yeah, yes, we will. Tea. Wo ist unser Schlüssel? Den hat die Radha Anjali doch eingeschrieben.
Please join us for the tea.
The event was well attended, and after the show, the audience was treated to tea and sweets. We are now on our way to the Austrian Embassy in New Delhi to perform our dance project, Vriksha the Tree, on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations. We are looking forward to meeting the ambassador Katharina Weiss. A little stage fright spreads among the dancers, accompanied by a joyful feeling of being part of this special celebration.
Hallo, grüß dich. Also,
Aber gut. Die Frage, ob wir dem entkommen.
Wir sind hier in der Residenz der österreichischen Botschaft in New Delhi.
We are here at the residence of the Austrian Embassy in New Delhi, where tonight we welcome Radha Anjali and the dancers of the Natya Mandir School, who will perform the production Vriksha, the Tree. This year we are celebrating 75 years of bilateral relations between Austria and India. For this reason, we are supporting several cultural projects to highlight this long-standing exchange in this sector. Cultural work abroad is very much about presenting and showcasing your own culture in the host country, of course. But it is also very much about cultural exchange, about working together artistically. This evening is very special in that it is Austrian women who are presenting Indian dance here, because we see here that a traditional Indian dance form is cultivated and danced by Austrians in Austria. And we thought it was particularly nice to present this to our Indian friends and colleagues, and of course to the Austrians who live here, but especially to an Indian and international audience, that this Indian tradition is also appreciated and continued in Austria.
Internationalen Publikum hier zu präsentieren, dass diese indische Tradition auch in Österreich geschätzt und fortgeführt wird.
After our performance, there were small delicacies to eat, and we dancers were able to enjoy the praise of the Austrian and Indian audience. It was also exciting for us to learn about the various reasons why the guests had emigrated to India. For many, it was their profession, but love also played an important role for some. The longing for spiritual knowledge was also a reason to move the centre of their lives to India. We were very impressed and inspired by these diverse stories.
Every dance performance is an enrichment as a dancer. Especially here in India, it is very memorable, and it is something you will remember for the rest of your life. These two performances were another example for me that every performance is different, and as a dancer, you always have to adapt to the circumstances. The intensity of the light is always different, and sometimes you can't see the audience, and that does something to you as a dancer. Sometimes your performance goes by like a dream, and I wake up afterwards and think to myself how quickly time has passed, and then other times I'm completely present and can interact with the audience. And that also depends on the light, whether I can see the audience or not.
We are now on our way to the Austrian Cultural Forum in New Delhi, which is part of a network of 30 cultural forums run by the Austrian Federal Ministry for European and International Affairs. During our visit there, we had the opportunity to get to know the impressive cultural initiatives and programs. The director, Mr. Michael Pahl, invited us to dinner afterwards.
Ja, gestern ist es uns gelungen, wirklich eine Symbiose.
Yes, yesterday we really succeeded in creating a symbiosis between Austria and India. This 75th anniversary with these dancers from Vienna performing Indian dance, which is very much anchored here, was really great. So there was a spirit, you could see it. There were also experts present. people who dance themselves and are specially educated in Indian mythology. You need that to understand what's actually going on stage. Otherwise, you could say the process is just yoga, but it's not. There's a lot behind it, and I think that was expressed perfectly yesterday.
Wait here and that's it. So ist es. Bitte Platz zu nehmen.
Ich denke, die ganze Küche ist für uns.
Die zwei Herren essen Biryani und die anderen essen Thali.
Bottles, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Ja, ich nehme es.
Ja, aber die Leitung würde ich nicht trinken. Das ist eher nicht zu empfehlen.
Kommt's noch?
Sehr gut. Freue mich sehr, dass ihr das...
Yes, it was really something from the heart and something that people enjoy here. You have seen it is full, and this is very original food, and many come here especially.
Die Leute hier, die kommen extra daher.
Die Schärfe im Essen war eine Herausforderung für mich.
The spiciness of the food was a challenge for me, and everyone told me you get used to it. And now, after 5 days, I already notice a difference, and I can eat a lot more. It's very exciting and nice for me to be in India, because it's been 15 years since I was here, and I was 5, which means I can remember a lot, but I'm still experiencing everything in a completely new and much more intense way. And I'm very happy that we're traveling in a group. It makes you feel like you're in good hands.
We have the opportunity to take a dance lesson with Shavana Narayan, a renowned Kathak teacher who lives with her Austrian husband on the outskirts of New Delhi. Radha Anjali and Shavana have known each other for a long time, so it's great to see each other again. She is not only a dancer, but also an actress and producer, and became famous in India through her films Avatan and Born to Dance. Kathak, a dance style from northern India, has a tradition of several hundred years. It originally developed from the tales of the nomadic bards, the Kathakas, who told stories from the great Indian epics such as the Mahabharata and Ramayana.
Yeah, Shobana, we are happy to be here and to get an introduction to Kathak dance. The girls are very excited.
It's so lovely to see all of you, to meet you. And actually, girls, it's not very different. All dance forms have the same way, but it's how you treat the body, waist downwards.
Shavana told us about her first big performance, which was not only an artistic achievement for her, but also a profound spiritual experience. On stage, she felt a strong spiritual presence that helped her to become aware of her inner journey. We talk for a while about dance and our experiences of a dance life in two cultures. Shavana shows us a traditional dance costume with a wide skirt that makes wonderful waves during the elegant and fast turns that are so typical of Kathak.
So let's start, there's, two shlokas, very, very traditional shlokas of ours. You probably know it. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, Tatsaviturvarenyam. So it is to the earth, to the energy, to the sun, to the and that we are imbibing energy for all goodness.
Today we learn the greeting and a few basic steps to familiarise ourselves with this dance style. After the first few minutes, we realised that Kathak would also require years of training for us to acquire a good basic knowledge. This dance style is characterised by its elegant turns, fast footwork, and the use of small bells, which, as in Bharatanatyam, emphasise the rhythmic step. Fascinated by Shavana's hospitality and the inspiring dance lesson, we take our leave to continue our journey.
We are now at the end of our stay in New Delhi. We had a performance at the Austrian Embassy and a second performance at the Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts. Also a very special performance where my Chow dance teacher also came.
Bisschen eine Challenge ist immer die Technik.
The stage technology is always a bit of a challenge. I did this screenshot show which you always have to hand over to the technician on site. Thank God there's Jalil who takes care of it. Yes, but the Indian technology, yes, but I've known that for a long time. It's always full of surprises. For example, we had a light in a place where we don't normally have one, but you have to take it as it is and as it comes. And in the end, it was fine.
We were able to really celebrate the diplomatic but also friendly exchange between Austria and India here. And now we've landed here in Lodi Garten. After a long car journey, there's a lot of traffic here.
Now the next gig is coming up in Chennai. We still have to fly to Chennai. And I'm very curious about that because we have live music, which means we have to rehearse with the band, something we've never done together before. So it's always a new challenge and it's very exciting.
Eine neue und das ist sehr spannend.
We are now in Chennai, 30 degrees, beautiful weather, and we are going to buy dance costumes and dance jewellery, one of our favourite activities.
The traditional dance costume in Bharatanatyam is made from a sari, so that the tailor has enough time and we can take the costume with us to Vienna at the end of our trip. We have to do this right at the beginning of our stay in Chennai.
What I really like here is that women tend to wear more saris than in the north. Kind of like it. It's very traditional.
A classic costume with trousers, the fan costume. Okay then, let's go into Radha silk. You can choose something there, and then we'll go to the tailor.
The variety of colours is overwhelming, giving the impression that no two saris are the same. Valentina is looking for the perfect colour and is clearly in her element.
I almost brought you an orange one, just like I brought you the blue one from India. If I were to buy a costume, I would choose this one because I prefer the plain ones.
It's more similar to this color. More colors. Beautiful. This one. This is
Wenn ich ein Kostüm kaufen würde, würde ich dieses nehmen, weil ich eben lieber die schlichten Kostüme habe. Und das ist halt mehr, wie sagt man, gorgeous. Nein, wenn ich mir eins kaufen würde, nicht für Sie. Wenn ich mir eins kaufen würde, würde ich das Schlichte nehmen. Und für mich? Du kannst doch fast nehmen, was dir besser gefällt. Mein erstes Kostüm war auch so ähnlich, auch blau und rosa. Ja. Ja, das ist schön. Also ich glaube, dass dir das sehr gut passt.
Valentina has now made a short list of saris, but still has a mountain of decisions to make.
Weil wir gestern gesprochen haben, wollte ich dir...
Because we spoke yesterday, I would like to show you the Manipuri costume, which I borrowed from my teacher. In this picture, I was already 13 years old.
This your shirt?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Today we visit a traditional dance school in Chennai, where we meet Aniruddha Knight, a representative of the old generation of dancers.
The chairs are okay?
Yes, perfect. Whatever we like. We go to Mahabalipuram and sing the short temple.
For who is the first time coming to India?
The girls come very late from the college. We didn't know.
Next time, yeah.
I'll come to Austria and sing for you.
Yeah.
Budapest.
You stayed almost.
275 years of a tradition is a long time. And I have the great fortune to represent 9 generations of my family. My name is Aniruddha Knight. I know it's an unusual name. The Knight in my name comes from the United States. I am part American, and Aniruddha represents my very traditional classical side of my Indian roots. So the dance and music tradition is about 275 to 300 years old in my family. But this 9th generation opens up the entire tradition to the international diaspora of people living across the world, for people to understand the universal nature of Bharatanatyam, even though it's a very specific cultural type of dance, a style of dance. It is emotionally available to all of us, to humankind. We are looking to expand the family of experiencers and students. So anyone who is interested in Austria, in Germany, in Spain, in Italy, in Japan, please come and join us for this experience. So today I would like to welcome all of you, and warmly welcome all of you, to be a part as spectators and as also experiencers of this particular art form, as students of the Bala Saraswati Institute, and I shall be giving you a glimpse of what we do here and what we represent. We shall perform for you and also for Radha Anjali and her students and the entire Austrian community. So we would like all of you to join us today and celebrate the relation between Austria and India that has been so strongly associated for the over 75 years now. So please join us.
Yeah, but my bobby pins are blonde. You won't find them in India.
Yes. I can put it here, no? But no, that's Mohiniyattam. Mohiniyattam, yes. Yeah, it's right here.
Ich rieche richtig.
Ja, ich weiß. Es ist so gut, wenn man es immer riecht, wenn man es oben hat, den ganzen Tag. Ja.
We danced Tilana and but shortened, and also Varnam but also shortened. You will see. Thank you so much. You danced so beautifully, and it was such a pleasure to watch you. And I'm very inspired and motivated, so that I practice even more.
This really means a lot for us, and we are so happy that you all are here. And this time you all were here. Yes. And we are waiting for Friday to see your performance. Yes, all the very best. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
But ours is more, we also have like video projection and everything. It's a bit modern. Traditional items, but it's modern. Oh,
we love to come.
Yeah. Welcome. More pressure for us.
It's always so difficult when there are dancers in the audience because you feel the pressure, no?
Exactly.
They always have that time.
Yes.
And you just see them staring at your feet. Okay, this is a dance. I have to be careful.
Thank you. Left side.
One direction you go.
Yes.
But maybe the opposite direction as we go.
Sie machen links.
We are moving to the left side, so they can move to this
towards
okay.
the right side. Yes.
How long you want it?
Yes. Yeah.
That you have to start.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you can start together.
Yes. Can we try it out once?
Yes.
We enjoy the days and nights in Chennai. Rani visits a temple in the same street as our accommodation. When you have been dancing for over 30 years like she has, you naturally develop a deep connection to the Hindu gods. Sometimes the boundaries between dance and the spiritual path inwards to oneself become blurred.
It was incredibly beautiful yesterday when we were at Aniruddha and his dance students danced for us. They were so beautifully synchronized and so full of joy. It was really great to watch. And then I thought to myself, it would be really nice if we could come to dance lessons every day. Unfortunately, that doesn't work out for us because we all have our jobs. For example, Shakti is a professor and teaches, and Maria is a journalist and has just written her master's degree. And I'm a software developer and even worked here a bit because I had time in the evening when everything was already over. That's why we can't come together so much. But when we do, we come together for dance class twice a week and arrive at the Natya Mandir where it smells so good that I've already forgotten the stress of everyday life by the time I get there. Then I meet my dance friends, and in the community it's really fun. Physical fitness is of course also healthy. The music is all beautiful, and I couldn't imagine my life without Bharatanatyam.
Ich dachte, du willst es mir geben. Jetzt fahren wir zur Probe mit den Musikern.
Und die Musiker zur Probe mit uns.
Dancing with live music has a quality all of its own. For our performance, we meet for our only rehearsal with the musicians at Spaces.
Anita Loka, no need to do that. Maria already did it.
But the German.
That's okay.
Und hier sollen wir um spätestens 3:30 fertig sein, weil hier wieder gebucht wird. Yes, here it is.
Das ist da.
After some initial hurdles, the rehearsal goes quite well. We have a singer, a Natuvangam player who sings the rhythmic syllables for the dance, a Mridanga drummer and a flautist.
We will walk back.
Again, Modi will say.
Modi you will say, and then we start Nagarigamane. Okay. And Nagarigamane we are doing 6 times. Okay.
The live music brings a special dynamic to the piece and noticeably raises the energy level.
We've all had our makeup done by our fantastic makeup artist from Vidya, and I think it turned out very well. We had to work out a bit together that we matched our skin tone well, that we found the right eyebrow colour, even for lighter types like me. But in the end, it turned out very well. Of course it's strong. In Vienna, it would be noticeable if you went out on the street like that, but it's Bharatanatyam. It's stage makeup. It has to be easily recognisable. It's 30 degrees, 80% humidity, and the people in the back row also have to be able to see our expression well. So I'm already looking forward to the stage, and so everyone can easily recognise what we're doing.
Shakti, magst du dich zu mir setzen?
Ja.
I was just talking about the makeup, and that it actually turned out well, didn't it? How do you feel about it?
I think she did amazingly well.
Yeah, it turned out nice, like the sun gives you a little bit of a glow.
I heard you have a cool story of how you got into dance.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that cool, but I can tell you. I met him in Tamil Nadu. I was in a social project for a few months after school, and they once invited a group of dancers. It was only men, which is actually very unusual. It was in a relatively small room, and the musicians played. It was very loud, but totally energetic, and these dancers danced and danced and didn't stop. When I saw that there was Indian dance in Vienna, I also learned that what I had seen was apparently temple dance, Bharatanatyam, and then I decided, well, then I'll give it a try. It was a great challenge for me. I had never had anything to do with dance, and I always thought I wasn't elegant, I had no sense of rhythm, and I had no coordination. So everything you need to be able to do as a dancer, I thought I couldn't do all that. But now I'm glad that I've proved to myself that I can do it somehow.
Dass es anscheinend doch irgendwo klappt.
Ja, und es klappt wirklich gut.
And it works really well. Yes, you feel so big and heavy, ponderous somehow.
Schwerfällig irgendwie.
But I'll tell you something. The good thing is, in Indian aesthetics, the comparison to an elephant is something positive.
Oh, that's good.
I often think I look like an elephant, but it's something good in the Indian context.
There are still 4 hours to go until our performance at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. We use the time to rehearse a run-through with the entrances and exits together with the musicians.
So ready with your...
Very nice, all in orange. It's glued to her hands.
Look, my orange is very special.
Very special.
It's like a signal.
Yes.
And the road signal.
Road signal.
Where is Anjali?
We lost her, but we lost her.
She's around.
Hello.
We go outside?
You can.
You can.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go
but I have to go inside also.
inside.
Yes, because I have to open and show him.
Wir sind jetzt in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan und
We are now at Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, and now we are taking care of the technology. We have to get the laptop, the Bimer, and the light. Everything well coordinated. And Mr. Rekatesh is responsible for this. He is the stage technician here. The girls are now in the dressing room.
Waiting is also part of it, especially when so many people are involved in this performance. Vidya uses the time to do our makeup again.
Jemand ein bisschen anleiten mit dem Baustab. Wie faltest du in welche Richtung?
This is out and then inside.
Like this, okay.
Yeah.
Ist das fertig für jetzt, Matthias?
Yeah, this side is ready.
Das gebe ich auch da durch, oder?
Yeah. Same thing, but different because you don't have to do anything special.
Feel free.
Thank you. Wow.
180 Grad. Ja, gerade so round.
Jetzt, sie ist aufgegangen, deswegen ist ein Muffel hinten.
The atmosphere before a performance is always something special. There's a tingling tension in the air that makes the anticipation and excitement palpable.
Kein Teppich, kein Stein, Holz.
Ist es echtes Holz?
Nein, es ist Laminat. Es ist Laminat.
Glaube ich nämlich
Laminat.
It's really an honor for me to do Nattuvangam for Radha Anjali, and it's really happy to work with great musicians like my uncle always, Gopi sir.
Relationship with the dancers, with the musician is a very important thing, because both have to coordinate with each other so that the whole program will be in a unison. So we need to have that understanding between the dancer and the musician, have a close contact with each other so that the whole program and the dance can come up very nicely. The musicians are very important for the dance. Without music or rhythm, the dance won't be there. So we have to follow the dancer, and the dancer has to listen to the music and perform. So we have the mental satisfaction that we have done our best. That satisfaction is very important, that you did the right thing, very happy, make others happy, make others enjoy.
How was it for you?
It was amazing.
No, it was awesome. I had a lot of fun, which is for me is the ultimate goal of dance, and I guess we all had fun.
Mich hat die Musik sehr getragen und ich bin eigentlich sehr zufrieden.
Es waren so viele Gäste da, die so wichtig sind in Chennai. Also die kennen sich ja alle aus.
Congratulations, everybody. Very nice, so much.
Thank you for singing. Thanks for so great.
Thank you.
Such a good voice.
Thank you so much.
Among the audience were some well-known Bharatanatyam dance teachers from Chennai. Their opinion means a lot to some of us.
Very rare to see such themes being presented, and it's a challenging theme that you have taken. It presented so well, wonderfully. Enjoyed it, and lovely coordination and expressions, very well done.
Roja Kannen, ja, auch eine Kollegin vom Lakshman Sir, Schülerin und hat.
We've been learning together for so
yes.
long.
Ihre Schwester war mit mir und Kamadev in Österreich auf Tournee.
Yeah. 1983.
1983, yes.
It really touched our heart, melted us. God bless you all for bringing it here. Thank you.
You need a lot of coordination because you never know, like, okay, now there's a video, now you have to go, now you have to
do yeah. But everything came out well. It was a link.
Yeah.
You know, that is the main thing. Sorry, I lost my voice. It was very nice.
Aber schön, dass du da bist.
It's time to pick up our dance costumes from the tailor. The Shanti Tailor is a family business that is now in its second generation and has recently renovated its shop.
You have two, you have one.
So now it's 5 costumes. Yeah.
The Bharatanatyam costume consists of 5 parts, traditionally tailored from a silk sari and lined with cotton fabric.
Sari costume.
Willst du es nicht probieren?
Doch.
Nice. Wow, impressive.
It's
But it was made by a team, not one person.
I know.
Okay. Oh, yes, nice.
Oh, Sophia, look at this.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But can she try it on?
Yeah, of
yes.
Yeah.
That's always inside.
Inside?
Yeah, this one.
Wo ist Maria?
Die kommen gleich.
Hier ist die Sophia. Das schaut sehr schön aus.
Your hands. Thing is okay?
I think.
It's comfortable?
Yeah. Yeah, the blouse is perfect, I think.
Yeah.
He's good.
Oder? Was sagst du?
The fan of intricate folds is often compared to the wheel of a peacock. The costumes are customized for each dancer to meet the demands of the powerful dance steps.
I know.
Valentina, alles.
Come on. Yeah.
Same.
I am becoming a fan of the side fan.
Yeah, very nice.
Am I not like a juicy candy?
You're like a candy store.
Oh my god, I don't know where to meet you. I know. It's one of those costumes that I don't really know where to look. It's amazing.
Wow.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Except the monkey that was trying to kill you.
I was strangled by a monkey.
She was strangled by a monkey.
Happy to meet Radhanjali and her group, and I got some presents from some of my collections of earrings. Just gave it as a present.
To spend some time with our dance friends, musicians and teachers, we have organised a dinner. We not only celebrate our performance, but also enjoy being in the company of professionals in Indian dance. We are particularly impressed by Braga Bessel, who is known for her outstanding mastery of the Abhinaya.
Namaskaram. I'm Braga Bessel. My main subject is Abhinaya, art of expression. So I teach a lot of professionals and teachers here in Madras. Abhinaya means to carry forward. We carry our emotions forward to the audience. Whatever we feel, understand, express, it should reach the audience in the same way. Whether it's a small room, audience are sitting, or in a big auditorium audience are sitting, we should be able to reach them. Also, we should keep them in such a way that they are connected with you and they exactly feel what you feel. If we talk about the emotions, our ancestors, the pioneers of this art form, have classified 9 emotions. You like something, love, dislike, you don't like, anger, appreciation, wonder, fear, courage, hasya, you laugh at something, you feel sorry, compassion. Last rasa is peace. If we both, the audience and the artist, are in one line, that is the success of our Abhinaya. Love you all. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you.
On the way to the ancient temple complex in Mahabalipuram, you can sense a special atmosphere of peace and mysticism. Shakti meets a curious child and shows her hand gestures that symbolize the opening of a flower. It is a spontaneous moment of passing on, of sharing the joy of dance across generations. Radha Anjali carefully puts on her earrings and necklace. She puts on makeup to intensify the expression of her movements. For the dancers, dance is more than just an art form. It is a declaration of love to life itself. Life with dance is more intense, richer, and full of joy. It is a journey inwards to oneself that never ends.